Well, we're well back, from when this was supposed to happen originally, which was roughly a month ago, I believe. Now we're right back with him, so hopefully he doesn't say anything stupid. But yeah, but trying to get this in for a month, but VA appointments and baby appointments and plagues, and his glasses are all cockeyed. And like I don't know what the hell just happened there. So hey, for those the benefit of staring at a video right now. Believe it or not, he was there for 4 or 5 minutes. We were talking and waiting while he was going and doing stuff, and then poof, gone.
Everything shut off.
Yeah, like it just said, "See you later, goodbye." So that was fun. That's a great sign for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go. Hi, I'm not leaving the couch all day now. We haven't had that one happen before. We've had a lot of dumb shit happen trying to get these things to work. Never had me hit ready, steady, go, and gone simultaneously. That was reassuring, but
At first, I was like, "Did I turn something off?" And I'm like, wait a minute. I was nowhere near it.
well, you were nowhere near touching anything. The way this looked, I don't know, but we're finally doing it. It's supposed to be a number 49. It's 57, so it has been a month, but it's still very deserving of the man that is Bubba Stewart, or James, if you want to call him James. Just make sure when you're looking up pictures of him, you put motocross at the end of it, because
You
otherwise,
can
the
even call
actor
him
James Stewart.
RC's. You can even call him RC's arch enemy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, you could if
On
you
track.
wanted to. I'm just saying, if you're looking him up on Google to figure out who the hell we're talking about, put motocross at the end of James Stewart. Otherwise, the actor will come up, and trust me, nowhere near the same human being. You will be confused. You know, that dude is in motocross. Put motocross at the end of it. Do yourself a favor. And I don't know, Walter. You tell me what happened. I don't know. I just went straight to calling you. Weird stuff. But I think this is one of the few times where yeah, none of that, where a Hall of Fame actually got it right. I mean,
Yes.
everyone complains every time a Hall of Fame comes out, whether it's football, baseball, NASCAR. Everyone's looking, going, okay, he's in. What about this laundry list of
Yeah.
dudes behind them? And for Bubba to be the only one going in this year, which I think is even more special if anyone earned it. I mean, the guy was a freak for a very large portion of his career.
Most definitely.
So I think they got it right.
And just a side note, from the first time we did these show notes,
Well, I know. I already
it
went through.
says he's finally back after yesterday's.
I know.
And
Yeah, no,
then
I
that happens
already
at the
scratched
beginning.
that. Yeah, like I told you, I was ready. I was ready to go. This is supposed to be following Pocono. That's how long ago it was. This was supposed to be right after.
And that's when all the appointments
Yeah,
unexpectedly came up.
well, unexpectedly, my nose.
Well, I'm talking about the ones up until the day we went to the hospital. Those 4 or 5 before that, those were not
Hey,
put. Those were not anticipated.
well,
Every other fucking day, shit. Anyways,
well, I don't know what. Hey, that sounds like an excuse. I had COVID and I couldn't breathe for a week without I sounded like death. You and Justin canceled on me. It wasn't the other way around. Where I'm ready. Like, yeah, well, cool, man. What? I gotta go to the doctor. Damn it. I sounded like death and I was ready to go. Ho.
I was
Yee
trying to do you a
yee.
favor. I can honestly say though, some of my shit was not really chosen, whereas Justin's,
He was
we'll leave
just a
that
quitter.
there.
He's just a quitter. I didn't go to the gym during lunch, so that was my text back. Like, so can I get so we do it tomorrow, like, so I can get to the gym. Like, so, and that's how it ended. And we went the next day and did the wrestling show. And like
All right, carry on. Sorry.
I couldn't walk today and get out of bed for 3 hours because my legs were dead. What's it to you? But anyway, back up point. The man is a legend. He earned his legend. You never got to see him race. Go back and find some of them. He was a different beast. His brother races now, so maybe we'll see. I think
He was a tabletop king. I don't care what anyone says.
I just think his brother now, thanks to all the stuff with Jason Anderson, I think we're starting to see that slight middle finger in the air as he's driving around, coming out of his brother, hopefully, because I think that's all he's missing. Is he's much more methodical than his brother was just go, go, and then
His
go.
his brother did not know anything other than nothing or all of it in between. It's just kind of like yeah, maybe one day I'll figure out what that means.
Yeah, no, there was none of that. And I mean, he ran a hell of a career again: motocross, supercross, laundry
He
list
did
of
a few TT
accolades.
races.
Yeah,
Good. He did a really good trying to remember what year. I think it might have been 2004 or 5. He did a Una Villanova.
you can stop talking now.
No
Yeah,
tracks.
no, I know. I'm just the more quicker you shut up, the more the sooner it'll pop into your head randomly, and you'll be like, light bulb, got it.
What I was saying is that was one
Yeah.
awesome race to watch. He didn't win, but he did
Hey,
really good for a guy that was coming from a whole entire different world and a whole entire different mentality than
oh
any of
yeah,
those guys.
but I mean, to see what he did, I still find it weird that he isn't racing. I get why he isn't racing. It's just, no offense to his brother. It just feels weird seeing the other Stewart on the track, especially the guy with the normal name.
I
I mean,
mean,
Malcolm. That's
he shouldn't have raced as long as he did. When he wrecked his stomach, dude, in 2006 or
hey,
7, I think it was. I thought for sure, I was like, this is it. I'm going to see a 5-year career and over. I was mad. That
you're
dude
always
drove
mad.
for years with a destroyed stomach. Just kept riding. Now there was times where he showed it on the track. I mean, he couldn't do certain things he normally would be doing, but he still raced. Like, kudos to
Hey,
him.
but again, two-time Supercross champion in 07 and 09, 2008 450 National Championship, 2002 and 2004 125 National Championships, two motocross to nations titles, one of only two drivers to complete a perfect season. Still can't believe that he went through and won every race in moto in 2008 in the 450s. Like 450, like that's insanity. You can call him fastest man on the planet, but I prefer Predator, that hair going and all that. That's what he's always looked like to me. Not trying to be a dick, people, but I mean, Predator has a giant helmet on and hair flying everywhere, and he'll kill you, kind of like him. If you got the hell in his way, he would kill you. 2008 Lucas Oil Pro AMA Motocross Champion. Yeah, MX Champion. They made 2006 Monster Energy AMA Supercross. I still don't like how they put runner up as career accolade. Mark Martin, in the NASCAR world, loves looking at 4-time he finished second in the championship. He loves seeing that 4-time runner up. Thanks, guys.
I
That's
can
just
honestly say, just from remembering all the races I watched with him, though, he didn't take it kindly to come in that
hey,
number.
hey. No one. You're not there to win. Why are you even there? Which is why I don't
Exactly.
understand teams that just get run over every week. Like, why are you putting money into it? Like, you literally go and just drive around the track. Or the guys that go there don't qualify for any of them. Like, why do you go? Like, it has to be costing you more money than you're making by just being
Well,
there.
in that realm, it does. When you go to a race and you don't win, or at least, well, honestly, if you don't win or have really good sponsors and you go to a race, that is costing you probably between $30,000 and $50,000 just to show. That's
Yeah,
probably what that trip cost easily. And if you're a
yeah,
factory rider, that trip probably costs $250,000 because you got to think of the factory people that come, the trucks. There's way more involved when you're a factory driver. Like he was himself. He was a factory driver for Kawasaki. Kawasaki owes him a huge thank you for saving them.
hey, put a crazy man behind the handlebars. Things will happen.
They were dripping. And then he started all of a sudden destroying the motocross and supercross world. And all of a sudden, his Kawasaki sales went
Hey,
took off.
you're welcome, Kawasaki. At least from Walter, I'm not giving you that much credit. 50 career Supercross, yeah. 250 wins, third all time. 250 showdown list win, showdown wins list, whatever. Motocross, he was a rookie of the year, which, no offense to rookie of the year in a lot of sports, but that normally doesn't end up turning into. And look at the NASCAR side. We're going, hey, look at all these guys that are rookies. Excuse me, who? Most of them you don't hear their name again very often. It's just like bye bye. Or it's like when Christopher Bell was a rookie and he was the only one there. It's like congratulations, what you beat
Beat
nothing.
yourself.
Woo! But so he got that, and again, all the wins. I'm just excited that he gets to be the only one going in this year because what he meant to the sport. I felt, fitting that he got to be the only one to go into the Hall of Fame this year.
Some people are going to say it was for another reason. I don't put it on that. This is one situation where I honestly say that man in that picture behind you absolutely deserves what he's getting this year. Every single bit of it.
I mean, I just went over the accolades, at least as many as I can. There's lots of wins, lots of championships, perfect seasons.
I mean, how many guys do you know that could drive through the this is something that has to be brought up. How many guys could drive through whoops like he could? Literally lean back, pin it, and hope for the best. And at least more than 50% of the time, make it to the other end of the whoops. Not very many guys. Most guys that did that went like this.
Oh, they went whoop. There was
so
a whoop.
For him, I didn't want to go through this show without saying that because he was the king of the whoops when it came to let's hope for the best on this one.
Hey, we need more of that. I mean, we do. I guess we have Jet Lawrence now, but no, that man does not. That kid don't understand how to let go.
Some of my fondest memories of watching him at the Silverdome. I'll never see that again. Either one.
Mean, it's because you live in Michigan. They don't care about that. They don't care about nothing. No, they can't even do basic math.
That is not.
2019 plus
Thank
2
you, Common.
2000.
Thank you, Common Core.
Hey.
Oh, you're going to talk about that.
I'm just math. They've went and killed that. Like they make you do like 97 steps to get to something that would have taken you 2 steps to get to. Like, no, you got to go all the way out to here to get all this just to get to that. Like, nah, bro. No.
Remember the first time I seen that Common Core math, I was helping my niece with her math homework, and all of a sudden I was like, "Whoa, nope, never again."
But even with those, math abilities, you can still look at the man's, career and put him on a short list of goats. McGrath goes on the goat list. Ricky, obviously, he's on the list. Eli's
his last 4 years of his career would not have been as meaningful or impactful in the sport if it wouldn't have been for Bubba Stewart being there to make him what he was. Because Bubba Stewart, there was no one else there. It was Ricky Carmichael was racing. It was Bubba Stewart. Even Chad Reed couldn't contend at that point. Bubba Stewart was the thing that kept Ricky Carmichael alive. And I feel like there's some last few years of Ricky's career where it's like there's only one reason why you continued that greatness, and that's because there was one other guy making you earn every bit of it. And that would be Bubba Stewart.
Yeah, he definitely deserves to be on the short list in my eyes, at least for the last year. I mean, it's not even really Supercross. It's not even like it's the longest running thing on the planet. I mean,
no, they got like a Midwestern stock car series type deal. They 5 months.
Yeah. I was saying, and for just years. I mean, they haven't been around as long as.
Oh no,
a lot. And look at so the short list is obviously really short. It's not like they have 8 years, like they're F1, where we're sitting there going back to the lineage of
automobiles.
Way back when. It's not like so. Again, Ricky has to be on the McGrath, Bubba, Eli. I think Eli's worked his way successfully onto that list with the run he's been on as one of.
But you got to think of the other people who are on that list already.
Best ever.
You got I'm pretty sure, you could easily say McGrath,
Yeah,
um,
you
uh,
have to say McGrath.
other
He has
guys
to
from
be on
back
there.
then. Uh, oh man, I'm gonna forget his name. The mad dude all the time. The dude that was always mad. Um, anyways, I'll think of it in a minute. Moving on past him, there was those guys. You had guys like Justin Grant and Chad Reed that honestly, dude, you, you
The
can't
guy,
you can't mess.
the guy that was always
those
mad.
those guys were the guys that were the standard. Like when you come to race, there was McGrath, there was guys like Deegan. If you were beating them, they were it. Ricky Carmichael was one guy that could say, "Hey, I could beat with them, guys, compete and beat those guys." And then for Bubba to be coming in decades later and say, "Hey, I can make you really regret racing against me."
Can't believe I forgot about the Deacons and the Dungies. And like I said, that's a very short list, though. I mean,
Dungy, there we
hey,
go.
hey, told you, just let my brain stop for a second. That's a short list.
Yeah,
It's an impressive list when you see them all together. And I don't know, I've seen his Bubba's face all over the place more in the last couple of days than I have like on social media, at least since there's been a social media. He's been all over the place. I just keep seeing pictures of him. Like, where the hell did he come from? I went the whole entire Supercross season, did not see his face once. Now here we are, August. Can't get rid of the guy. But people like him, I think, and again, the Dungies, the Deacons. I'm glad Ricky still does so much with the sport, obviously. He's up in the booth for all the races. He still designs
he's like the
Daytona.
Jeff Gordon of Supercross. Let's
Yeah.
just be open about this.
Yeah. Well,
Once he's retired, the dude won't go away from any sort of decent, important job at one shop or
yeah.
the other.
Yeah. And I hope he doesn't. I mean, hopefully, if he does go the Jeff Gordon route and go and become an executive for someone, hopefully he stays in the booth because I do like Ricky in the booth. And I think he adds a level of integrity,
Well, yeah, because them sports guys can
legitness.
say stuff, and just like any sport, anybody that's up there broadcasting during any live television show for racing in any form, they cannot sit there and say things when they're sitting in the booth with guys like Daryl Waltrip or Ned Jarrett or Bubba Wallace, or
Especially
not
that.
Bubba Wallace, Bubba Stewart,
I'll
Ricky
say,
Carmichael, um, Kevin Harvick. There's certain people when they sit up there with the broadcasters, you can say things, but if you're slightly off on certain things, they're gonna, hold on, no, pretty sure it goes this way. Just saying. Exactly.
yeah, yeah. I think he adds, again, not to be out of, but he adds a lot to it. I'd like to see Bubba, do more with them. But again, he's enjoying his life. Do whatever the hell you want. I mean, the run
He
you
earned
had.
it.
Yeah, the right here. I mean, now though, I mean, this year, just because the Hall of Fame and all that, it'd be nice to see him a little bit more, just getting his insight
You'll see
on
him
things.
more next season at the
Yeah.
Supercross stuff, just because usually the year after, the guys that got
So I'm saying,
inducted, they usually are heavily involved with
yeah,
certain things.
as they should be. They have to go and do all kinds. I mean, they have to
I
be
mean,
there.
obviously there's certain requirements.
Shake the
How do I
babies, kiss
say?
the hands.
I'm trying to think of what the word public relations. There's certain
Yeah,
public relations they have to be involved with after this, but I feel like
but
sometimes a lot of it
a
does get
lot
to
of it
boil down
is.
to, hey, I want to do this.
But him going in is perfect. I think again, I'm glad. I just want to see how much he's gonna do, and if he sticks around afterwards. If not, he's earned sitting on his ass wherever he wants to,
Oh,
and
fuck yeah.
and kicking a few back and enjoying his damn life. I'm pretty sure he's earned that. Kind of like the Brock Lesnar effect. Everyone complains about it, but between wrestling and trying to be in football and amateur wrestling and diverticulitis in the UFC while he was still killing people, like if the man wants to sit around and do not what, just let him go out there and hunt mooses and caribous and shit and be left alone. Let him hang
I
out
mean,
in Canada and be
honestly,
done.
WWE can, just on a side note with that, the
Mm.
WWE should thank the gods for Brock Lesnar hurting his intestines and shit, because had he not hurt his stuff, something tells me he would not have left UFC.
At least not any. At least not when he did.
No, he would not have left anywhere near the time frame that he did.
Yeah, like I think he would have had a lot more years just for how good he was, impactful. Again, he was one of those guys showed up and he was like, "Hi,"
I'm here,
And
and you're gonna know it.
you know,
Just
but
ask Frank Mir. He got lucky the first time.
yeah, so we pulled that son bitch out and he beat him over the head with it. Then we figured out why Brock Lesnar doesn't get live microphones. Do not
Nothing good's
let
gonna
him
come of it.
don't let him fire at will. No
Yeah.
will. But,
I just saw on a side note say that they do owe UFC. Sorry, but we got lucky.
yeah. Yeah, that worked out. The others, whew. But he's in that rare air where he could do whatever, the hell he wants. Hell, Ricky's in that too. If he just was like, see you later, bye. Who the hell
Oh
could he?
yeah, for sure.
Like,
I
see you
mean,
later, dude. What? Have fun.
uh, Hill. What the hell was his first name? I'll think of it.
Oh,
It's
you
been a
will.
long time since he raced. But anyways, he was another one of those guys when he retired. He did just what that word said. Done. There was nothing. There was no coming back doing TV stuff. There was nothing. He was done. He raced for Honda. But
Yeah.
anyways, he I mean, guys like that, when they're done, I mean, if Dale Earnhardt would have retired, he would have been one of those guys that could have literally walked away and never done anything again with NASCAR and been content. Now, he would have never done that. Let's just be honest.
He would
But he
not have
could have.
had the capability.
Yeah, he could have if he wanted to. He just wouldn't have been able to.
He he would have had the capabilities, the actual ability to do it. He would not, but he would have been fully capable. I mean, he could go be Dale Earnhardt. See you later. He would have been like,
Go do your farm. We'll see you when you got 1,000 head of cattle. Talk to you
yeah,
later.
I could just see his big ass head, like when like exploding. I mean, it wasn't a big ass head really, but like if he was still alive and they were putting a wing on the car, I could have imagined him just getting up and leaving that meeting.
He would have died from that. He would have had a heart attack over that.
He would have got up and
When you put
left.
that wing on there, that would have been the end of Dale Earnhardt. That would have killed him.
Yeah, I'm out. Dale retired. Why? Apparently, he didn't like the meeting. Like this.
I didn't say much of other than I'm done. Door slam.
Don't even say anything. Just get up and leave. All I see is the silhouette walking out one more time. Elvis riding off into the sunset. Like you.
That's what I'm
It's kind
saying.
of the
Like
rare.
you guys that he can be compared to are those people, and he deserves it. I feel like
Yeah.
he's earned it.
For the abuse he's put his body through. I mean, there was a lot
Now
of
on the
abuse
other side of
involved.
that, AMA. I just want you to know it's 2022. This dude was running and winning championships on a destroyed stomach in the 2000s. We have a slight time frame problem. Just putting
But
that out there.
yeah, but it could be one of those things like other sports where you have to be off the active roster for at least a certain amount of time before you rate to get put into the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's not like wrestling where they're like, hey, you have to retire, then you're in the Hall of Fame like 10 minutes later. Yeah, I mean, I know a bunch of the series have at least a 5 year limit where you have to wait before you're even eligible. So if you're retired in 2016, for the love of God, they're only off by a minute. And there was a year of China, COVID, whatever you want to call it. Like there was a year of just dumb, which could have, got. I didn't even want to look to see what they did in 2020. It would have pissed me off.
Yeah, I kind of 2020 and 2021 when it comes to like
Racing.
How do I say it? Accommodations, people winning this award and everything else, people getting in the Hall of Fames. I feel like there was a whole lot of lackadaisic, unthought out things because I'm gonna leave that there. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, but I don't know if they did it, if they held it that year or not. I didn't want to look. I don't want to look back and see all that. There was some great racing. I mean, NASCAR proved that they could hold races on Thursday nights, Sundays, Wednesday. They could just keep going at a cyclic rate to get. I mean, they proved that they can get where they need to be to get what they need done. They caught up a lot of races, a lot, real quick.
Just ask Kevin.
No, you can even ask.
Don't ask about the championship from that year, but just ask
You,
Kevin about the
c-
races they ran.
if it switches, you can even ask the guy that I'm trying to get on there. If it changes, doesn't look like it's going to cooperate with me, but it's a damn shame. We all know who it was. Everyone should know the miserable human being that I tried to put on there, but it just doesn't want to cooperate.
Might be
And
a sign.
it's a sign. Like that guy drives for FedEx.
I knew you were trying to put him up there. I knew it,
Yeah,
but I
that
knew
guy.
that TV was telling you, have a nice day.
That guy. Hell, I turned off the TV and it's still sitting there completely dead, all but unplugged, playing music for another 5 minutes. I'm just looking at the thing going, turn it
Yep.
back on, keeps playing, turn it back off, just keeps going. That's possessed. Doesn't like me.
Among
Really
other
not.
electronics we question.
But yeah, I think it's again fitting. They had to have taken a year off because of COVID. And even if they didn't, it's year 6. He got it all by himself. They did it right. Would have been weird to see them just throw some random person in there with him just to throw someone else in there, which again I think Hall of Fames do.
I don't know. I
I
think
think Hall
AMA
of
is
Fames
still
do that way
pretty
too often.
exactly. What I was gonna say though is I think AMA is true enough to themselves. Like they're like, yeah, our fans, if they quit, we're done. Like quite
Yeah,
literally. To hell with TV stuff. If our fans quit, we are done. So we're not just throwing some jackwagon in there and mess it all up.
yeah.
Let's just leave this guy
Again,
by himself.
and,
I get
and they
that.
don't and they don't have the fan base of the NFL, the NBA, baseball. Like somehow that one I'll never get. I enjoy watching Supercross and motocross way more than I enjoy watching 90% of the other sports that they have on there, just because they go out of their way to piss everyone, half the country off all the time. They
And then
encourage
there's
stupid
series.
people, and then there's people in Supercross and NASCAR. What they don't talk about any of it. They're dead silent. What? Not dragging that shit in here. Go, and everyone can get mad at the "Let's Go Brandon" thing. What? That NBC started that. All she
That
had to
was
do was
all on NBC.
say nothing, and we would not be having this conversation right now. It would have kept going. She wouldn't have said it. Would have turned into the whole goddamn thing that it did. If NBC wasn't in her ear going, "What? Say something." How about what? Ignore it. It's easier. Why? Because they got louder after you said that. Piped through the whole damn grandstands,
They wanted to
pissing
make
everyone
sure
off.
she heard it.
Like, oh, really? That's what we were saying. Like, like that was all. If they just ignored it, we would have moved on and we wouldn't even be there. But minus that, they keep everything out of there,
Oh,
except for what Childress sending rounds over to the Ukrainians. It's like we heard stuff like that, but otherwise they completely stay out of all of that, just like Supercross, which is why I feel they should have a bigger
well, not just
base
that. I was
than
gonna say
they
another thing. I
do.
never
I
thought
think
I would give
Supercross is growing.
I never thought I'd give them props, but I have to give CBS Sports props for this because they have stuck with AMA from the beginning. Unlike all the other broadcasters with other sports like NASCAR, late model series that before they even had anything to do with NASCAR,
Yeah, I was talking
they
trash
didn't do it.
about Fox earlier
Fox,
today.
NBC, any of them, all of them can kiss my ass. CBS Sports, as much as I don't like CBS, stuck by the whole time AMA's side. Supercross, motocross, all that, they've always stuck by AMA.
Them,
Kudos to CBS
them,
Sports.
and hey, don't forget, and hey, Supercross has NBC Sports doing real good. Like they have them on Peacock,
Well,
all the
but they haven't been
races.
around
I'm saying they have them
as
on
long.
Peacock. They got it. They got that, so they're on TV. And then if you can't watch it on TV, they have the whole library over on Peacock, so you can catch up if you miss it. Like there are people that support them. I think give them minus like motocross races being on TV. That's sketchy at times, but regardless, the coverage that they give them and the support over on Peacock to have that much of their library available on there, I say kudos to them because
Well, I'm not going to give them credit. I'm not going to say they don't get
NASCAR
credit for it.
series, NASCAR series don't have anything like that. A lot of series
No.
So I'm giving Peacock and NBC just for also having that with IndyCar and as many racing series as they do, where you can go back and see it. If you can't,
Well,
they do
NBC
deserve credit.
Sports
They do deserve credit
has
for
been
that.
good.
Just like ESPN with F1. ESPN's really, I mean, it's Sky Sports doing it all and airing it on ESPN, but ESPN and the ESPN Plus and all their app and stuff is very good to F1. And again,
I'm just saying
I think,
for
oh
the
no,
whole life of the
I'm just,
series,
yeah, I'm saying they've done
not
good. And,
many broadcasting services can say, hey, yeah, we've
yeah,
stuck by these guys from
yeah,
day
that's what I'm
one.
saying. What I'm saying, like CBS is good for them, Peacock's good for them. F1 has support, Indy has support, and then you get to NASCAR. Not really. I mean, they still Fox still hasn't mentioned Jessica Friesen barrel rolling down. Yeah, they still haven't mentioned that, and their coverage for how they treat like the ARCA series and stuff is garbage. And a lot of look at all the other series that get aired like weeks later. Like
Well, look at how
I'm
much
just saying,
better Flow
CBS,
Racing is
yeah,
for NASCAR when it comes to
yeah,
ARCA. Flow
saying
Racing is ARCA all over. I mean,
CBS, NBC, like the coverage that motocross, AMA, there we go, cover all of them. They
yeah,
have had really good contracts and partners with their broadcasting companies. So that's my way of agreeing with you. Them and F1, and then there's everyone else below them. Because no matter
I
what, it's
agree.
still on. It's
Because
on TV.
if you're outside of AMA, and so then you're outside of AMA and CBS, or the
And
Peacock side of
yeah,
NBC, because Peacock and NBC
yeah,
Sports, I feel like, are tied a lot up together.
yeah, they are.
And I will have to say, I feel like part of that is owed to Darrell Waltrip and Dale Jr.
I put a lot on Junior.
Well,
Just
Darrell Waltrip too, because
oh, I just saying with his partnership
he's
with how
been there
long.
with them.
Yeah, Junior. I'm saying only because Junior more because he has been with NBC since they took over the broadcast and stuff, and Darrell was with Fox more. Maybe, just maybe, they should listen to Darrell. Maybe he has some ideas for I don't know. As their broadcasting has absolutely gone to the shits in the last 2 years.
And they should
Never
listen to
mind.
guys like Darrell or Dale Jr.
Last,
or Kevin Harvick, or there was another one that was up there,
here's
the
one.
driver. It's really good.
Here's one. Watch F1. You'll know how to actually properly cover things.
There you
It's
go.
not that hard. They don't miss people barrel
And
rolling.
it's not hard to
Granted,
show what you're talking about on
yeah,
track.
granted, no one's barrel rolling in an F1 car, but they don't
I don't
miss it when
remember
it
what they were
happens.
talking about. I just know I was watching Jessica Friesen. Were they talking about her? Absolutely not. I don't remember what they were talking about, but it had nothing to do with her.
I don't know. And if you were on the Fox side of it, not listening on your fancy stuff, they just showed her up on the berm. They didn't tell us how she got onto the berm in the corner. They enjoy it. It's just like, I wonder how she got there. Like, how the are you in the booth and you missed something barrel rolling? I don't care where the hell you're looking. You're
That's the
gonna
sad
see
part. I
that.
wasn't even there, and I seen it.
You're gonna dead on. Like, yeah, there's no shit directly in front of you right there. And they're, oh, I don't know what happened. How would one get on the berm? Well, that's because you went.
And that's the other sad part about it is not only did those three not see it, but then there's like what, one, two,
At least three or
three,
four count.
4, 5, 6, 7 people sitting behind the camera view. If you include the camera, there's 7 people that could have also been like,
Just switched to immediately. Like, hello. You
yeah, the
know,
camera guy could have went, whoop.
yeah. So I have to do, yeah, they suck this year. So shout out to NBC, CBS, Peacock for, again, they have great coverage with IndyCar too. So I got to throw them in there. Whenever their TV thing sucks and suddenly it's just gone, I go, well, at least I got Peacock. I didn't have to fast forward through 2.5 hours of stuff to get to where I need to be for those last couple laps, but damn it, it's there. So good on them.
Yeah,
And
it is frustrating when they switch that, but that's
yeah,
a conversation for a whole
and
nother time.
the coverage though for AMA, like they've done them good, especially during Supercross because they do actually give them on NBC primetime hours, like ready to go. Which
And they give them actually 3 times a weekend.
yeah,
So
which is that's a
that
lot.
tells you how much ratings they do get from Supercross.
I just think they could get more with everyone else if
Yeah.
they just actually gave them the time of day. But that's where I'm gonna, leave that one on a congratulations to Peacock for not sucking. NBC Sports, CBS Sports, please stop showing the same late model race though from I-55. You've already aired it 3 times. I know there's been other races.
Yeah.
I don't ask
It's
for
fun.
much.
It's fun to see Herb and
That's all I'm gonna say.
Seeger beat themselves up on that track.
Yeah.
I don't mind rewatching that over
Mm.
and over because that's fun.
Well,
But for
it's
people who
beautiful.
can't watch it like I can, it'd be nice if you show more than just that race. I mean, granted, I
They
feel like
race
Kenny
a
Schrader
lot more than
deserves
that
a
race.
lot of exposure in that area,
Yes, they
but
they race way more races than that one that keeps
correct.
being on loop. Like I had to delete it
Exactly.
3 times just this past weekend. Like I get it. There's other races, a lot of them actually.
Yeah, there was
Stop.
one 3 nights ago, 2 nights ago, late model race, 3 nights ago.
Whatever the hell it was, that's where I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave
Yep.
it right there
Kudos
for the
to Bubba
man,
Stewart, and I am grateful that you're in there as an Hall of Fame inductee,
all by yourself as you deserve. Now teach your brother how to be a psychopath and
just like you, and we'll be great.
let him let him take over. He's a nice guy, but well, we know where nice guys finish.
Just teach his wrist how to have no in between. Just teach him that.
We're just gonna lock your hand here. What you're just gonna have to figure out how to deal with it. Like, great, ready, go.
How do I slow it down? Clutch.
You slow it down. Pray. You can always do
Clutch
that,
and hope the guy in front of you can stop you. I don't know.
but
Your brother's done it.
he's done it a
Ask
lot.
him.
But yeah. So yeah, that's a good end point. So we'll be back Friday. Again, it was a special. Trying to do it for weeks just to get this on an even number again. Now we finally have done it. Friday will be 58, and I'll be right back on an even number. I hate sitting at an odd number, it just freaks me out. So enjoy the rest of your week. Don't forget, share it out, follow along, subscribe to it, comment. We're getting a lot of comments lately, so thank you for that over on YouTube. Appreciate all of that. And there's a lot of racing because F1 and them are back this week and to cover on Friday. So we'll be back then. So enjoy the rest of your week. Share it out. Let us know what you think. Subscribe and peace.